What if I told you that a poor beggar taught the richest king in the world the true meaning of wealth? Stay with me because this story will change everything you think about success. Once upon a time, in a magnificent kingdom, there lived a king. He wasn't just any king, he was the richest king in all the lands. His treasury, overflowing with gold coins, diamonds that sparkled like stars, and precious jewels from every corner of the world. Every single morning, the king had a ritual. He would walk down to his treasure chamber, open those massive golden doors, and just stare at his wealth. His eyes would shine brighter than the gold itself. "This is my treasure," he would whisper with pride. "This is what makes me powerful. This is what makes me special." Day after day, month after month, year after year, the same routine, the same obsession. One day, as the king was returning from his treasure chamber, he saw an old beggar sitting at the palace gates. The beggar was thin, wearing torn clothes, and had nothing but a small wooden bowl in his hands. The king, feeling generous that day, tossed a gold coin toward the beggar. But instead of thanking him and leaving, the beggar looked directly into the king's eyes and said something shocking. "Maharaj, you have mountains of gold. You have treasures that could feed thousands. But tell me one thing." The king stopped. "What? Can you take even one coin with you when you leave this world?"
What? How dare this beggar speak to him like this? The king's face turned red with rage. "Guards!" he shouted. "Throw this man out right now!" The beggar was dragged away, but his words, those simple words, they echoed in the king's mind like a drum that wouldn't stop beating. "Can you take even one coin with you?" The king tried to forget. He went back to his treasure chamber. But this time, something felt different. The gold didn't shine as bright. The diamonds didn't sparkle as beautifully. For the first time in his life, the king felt empty. That night, the king couldn't sleep. He tossed and turned in his royal bed. He thought about his life, his achievements, his wealth. And then, those words came back. "Can you take even one coin with you?" He looked around his magnificent bedroom, golden pillars, silk curtains, priceless paintings. But suddenly, a terrifying thought struck him. "When I die, what will people remember me for? Will they say he was a great king who helped his people? Or will they say he was a rich man who kept everything to himself?" The king got up and walked to the window. He looked at his kingdom sleeping peacefully under the moonlight. And for the first time, he truly saw his people. The farmers working hard in the fields, the mothers struggling to feed their children, the students with no schools to learn in, the sick with no hospitals to heal in. And now, the king made a decision that would change everything. The very next morning, the king called his ministers. "Open the treasury," he commanded. Everyone was confused. "But, Your Majesty, why?" The king smiled, a real, genuine smile for the first time in years. "Because it's time to use this wealth, not just store it." And so began the greatest transformation the kingdom had ever seen. The king built hospitals free for the poor. He constructed schools so every child could learn. He repaired roads, bridges, and wells. He provided food for the hungry and shelter for the homeless. Every day, cartloads of gold left the treasury, and every day, the kingdom became more beautiful. But here's the amazing part. The more the king gave away, the happier he became. The gold was leaving his treasury, but something else was filling his heart. Something more valuable than all the treasures in the world. Purpose, meaning, real joy.
Years passed. The king grew old. His treasury, once overflowing, was now nearly empty. But his kingdom? Thriving. Children were educated, the sick were healed, the poor were fed, and the people? They loved their king, not because of his wealth, but because of his heart. One day, the old king lay on his deathbed. His ministers surrounded him, many with tears in their eyes. "Your Majesty," one of them said, "you gave away almost everything. Do you have any regrets?" The king smiled weakly and whispered, "Regrets? No. When I was storing gold, I was dying every day. But when I started giving it away, that's when I truly started living. I can't take the gold with me, but I can take the blessings, the prayers, and the love of my people. That is the real treasure." Those were his last words. And when the king passed away, something extraordinary happened. The entire kingdom came to pay their respects, not because they had to, but because they wanted to. The streets were filled with people, young and old, rich and poor. They weren't mourning a rich king, they were mourning a great king. Someone who understood that true wealth isn't what you keep, it's what you give. For years after his death, people would tell stories about him. He was the king who built our hospital. He was the king who educated our children. He was the king who truly cared about us. His name lived on. His legacy lived on. Not in gold coins and jewels, but in the hearts of thousands of people whose lives he touched. So, my friends, let me ask you, what are you collecting in your life? Likes on social media that disappear in seconds? Money in your bank account that you'll leave behind? Things that give you temporary happiness but permanent emptiness? Or are you building something real? Are you helping others? Are you making a difference? Are you creating a legacy that will outlive you? Remember this, the beggar had nothing, but he spoke the truth. The king had everything, but he learned wisdom. You have a choice. You can spend your whole life collecting treasures that rust and fade, or you can invest in treasures that last forever. Kindness, generosity, impact, love. Because at the end of your life, nobody will ask, "How much money did you make?" They'll ask, "How many lives did you touch? How many legacies did you leave? Were you someone who just took from the world, or someone who gave to it?" The king learned that the real treasure isn't in your treasury. It's in the tears of gratitude from someone you helped. It's in the smile of a child you educated. It's in the blessing of a sick person you healed. That is what you take with you. That is what makes you truly rich. So today, I challenge you. Do one thing to make someone's life better. Buy food for someone hungry. Help someone in need. Share your knowledge. Give your time. Be the king who gave, not the king who just stored. Because in the end, what you keep is lost. What you give is forever. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. If this story touched your heart, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this message today. Subscribe for more life-changing stories. And remember, you don't need to be a king to make a difference. You just need a heart willing to give. See you in the next video.